In last season with my expansion franchise, we got all the way to the Stanley Cup Finals, and in today's video, we are trying to avenge that and win the Stanley Cup. Before we get into this video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff, and let's get right into this. We're not going to waste your time. We have the Columbus Blue Jackets in round number 1, and they are a very scary young team on the up-and-coming who signed Brock Besser here in free agency. Basically, their core, Sam Bennett is their second-line center now. Adam Fantilli is down on the third line, which is very interesting. They drafted this dude, Marcus Lisson, with the first pick in the expansion draft. And then, on defense, they have Zach Werenski, but their defense is looking a little bit weak. But they have Thatcher Demko. Thatcher Demko can win the series on his own, so we have to be careful. But here's our team. We obviously have McDavid. We have Owens here, who is the number 2 draft pick from that draft. So we got the number 1 and the number 2 draft picks going up against each other. So let me know who you think's going to win in the comments. Since I think we've built basically the core of this team and everybody wants this team to see this team get to its full power, we are going to simulate through the first 3 games here in the rounds and move a little quicker this episode. My goodness, that is rough. Filip Gustavsson is out for about a month. We are about to get cooked so hard. Now, the good thing is we have Arvid Soderblom, who did not play well in the postseason, but in the regular season, he was amazing with a 9.24, so I trust him to get the job done here against the Columbus Blue Jackets. Lose 7-1, so this series is tied at 2. Heading into Game 5 in Columbus, we do not have the home ice advantage this time, but we have the playoff experience. We went to the finals last year. Let's see what happens. Period number 1, of course, is the captain, Connor McDavid. Who else? Marchenko scores for them second period. It is 1-1 third period, and we explode. Connor McDavid gets the game winner, baby. Look at this aura right here. Thatcher Demko, Dawson Mercer scores. TJ Ginla, Charles Owens, Connor McDavid. Probably our 4 best forward building blocks that we've got throughout the series. You'll love to see it. Boys, game number 6 back in Quebec. Let's close the Blue Jackets out and move back to the second round here. We were a big time team in the playoffs. We were great at home last year. Let's continue it in front of these fans. Columbus, Quebec City, Game 6 is underway, and the Columbus Blue Jackets take a 2-1 lead. Sean Monahan and Brock Besser, but Shakir scores from, I don't know why the hell he's all the way down there, but we'll see what happens in this second period. Neighbors on the power play. Pinto, shorthanded. Adam Fantilli scores. Connor McDavid, who else? And Marchenko scores with 1 second left. That is a testy buster. Was big third period here. You know what? We're gonna sim this one out and see what happens here. See all the excitement and the energy. I know all the Gen Z kids. The Gen Alpha kids clicked off right now, but everyone else is still watching. Power play. Oh my God. Teach Ginla clutch just like his dad, baby. Let's go. Is that gonna be the GWG? And it is. Let's go, baby. TJ Ginla sends us off to round number 2. Connor McDavid, this is why he is the greatest player of all time. 6 goals in 6 games, at least for our franchise. Obviously, who else is it going to be? Owens, over a point per game. He's really breaking out. TJ Ginla, 6 points. Dawson Mercer, point per game, just like the regular season, baby. And then how did Soderblom play in those final 3 games? He definitely brought it. He brought his save percentage up by .100. Oh man, this is perfect. Filip Gustavsson is back before round 2. I didn't even get to see who we're playing, but this is an absolutely massive pull for the boys. Oh my God, we have the Buffalo Sabres, who we made a massive trade with in the last video. There is no way this is happening right now. They have Benson, Thompson, and Tuck. They are back in the playoffs. This team is absolutely nasty. We traded them Podkolzin, and obviously he was playing on our first line. Absolute stud. We got back their best prospect. Yeah, this team is a deep team. That's what happens when you have all these top draft picks. They're going to be a very deep team. They're going to be very good. We also gave them Randstrom in last year's draft. They have Matthew Schaefer as well. This team is absolutely nasty. Alright, here we go, fellas. Are we going to go out in round number 2, or are we going to go back to the conference finals? We do have the best player in this series, but they have a lot of depth. But I think the best player is all that is needed. We are up 3-0. Can we sweep the Buffalo Sabres in front of all 15 fans here in Buffalo? I can't even chirp. Winnipeg probably has less attendance. But anyways, let's get it going. First period here. Dawson, Mercer, Mr. Point per game. Ryan McLeod scores for them. Second period. Arthur Kaliev, the big playoff player from last year's playoffs, scores for us. Third period. Can we sweep the Buffalo Sabres? And Alex Pietrangelo, Mr. Stanley Cup champion, does it for us. Charles Owens breaking out right in front of us, the second overall pick, turning into a superstar himself. Connor McDavid, 13 points. Dawson Mercer, Mr. Point per game. Of course, he's point per game. And let's see how Philip Gustafson played. Oh my god, you guys saw his stats after that first game. Philip Gustafson is back, baby. Genuinely, the reason I've been going so fast through these playoffs, I thought we were going to get eliminated in the first round, but the boys are just playoff warriors. I don't know what is happening, but this is how you build a franchise, with playoff performers. And speaking of playoff performers, we are playing the ultimate playoff performers. That might be the best first line in the NHL. Sam Reinhart has franchise potential, 117 points. Barkov, 104 points. Matthew Tkachuk, 93. Carter Verhaeghe. They have this guy who was, I was like off the rush. Hey, yo, that guy's got to be a creative player. Gustav Forsling, Aaron Ekblad. This team is very top heavy, but I don't think that matters. They also have Ekholm, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, this team is very top heavy. They have Bob in net. They have Spencer Knight. They have two great goalies. They have an amazing power play. But they have the superstar talent to compete with any team. Top of the Eastern Conference for the past 2 years. Well, year and then this. But it could all come crumbling down here against the Florida Panthers, a team who has won the Stanley Cup, has kept their core. Let's see how this one goes, fellas. We lose game 1, we win game 2, we win game 3. We are up 2-1. Can we go up 3-1? Oh my god, we are 1 game away from the Stanley Cup Finals again. 5 in Quebec. We have 3 chances. Connor McDavid, do not blow a 3-1 lead. You are not Stephen Curry, bro. You got this. I believe in the boys. Come on, fellas. In front of our home fans. Don't disappoint them. Let's send them home early. Get some rest for the finals, baby. Come on. We can win one of the next 3 games. I believe in this team. Here we go. First period. And it's 1-0. I'm not saying that last name, but he scores. Second period. Connor McDavid. Who else? Connor McDavid scores, baby. Third period. Are we going to the Stanley Cup Finals? Oh my god. Yes, we are. Siplikov. And who else? Connor fucking McDavid. McDavid, 22 points, 16 goals in 15 games. This is a generational run by Connor McDavid. Look at that. 42 points, right? Then he has 26 points on an expansion team in their second year. Guys them to the finals. And now he has 16 goals in 15 games, putting the team on his back, baby. Owens has 19 points. Dawson Mercer, 15. Guy we have not talked about this playoff run. Thomas Harley quietly putting up 11 assists. Siplikov is up and all over the score sheet, I swear. And then in net, Philip Gustafson is an absolute superstar. To be honest, I did not look at the right side of the graph. That is a crazy song that just popped up. I don't know if you guys can see that. I turned the music off, but that was crazy. That's what we might be doing in the finals. I don't want to jinx it, but let's see who we are playing, fellas. And oh my god, there is no way. It's to be the best ever franchise mode on this channel. It has to be. The storylines, the fact that we signed McDavid, all of these decisions. I don't know what's going on, but we have a rematch against the Colorado Avalanche, the team that ruined our hopes and dreams a year ago, and now we get a chance at revenge. Oh my god, you cannot write a better story than this. And that is very top heavy, but I mean, they are the top of the top heavy. They have the two of the top 3 players in the entire NHL. Like, I don't know what to do, fellas. They have 2 of the top 3 players in the entire NHL. Who is in net for them? It is still Mac Black. Before the Stanley Cup Finals, let's do we have to do our recap. We signed Maxim Siplikov in free agency for $3 million over 3 years. The plan was to trade him for a first liner, and he just becomes our first liner. I mean, obviously Connor McDavid, we know who Connor McDavid is. Dawson Mercer is now a point per game player. TJ Ginla as a rookie is in the Stanley Cup Finals. Charles Owens has turned into a point per game stud. This team, Jake Neighbors, doesn't get talked about enough. He's the most underrated player on our team, I think. Maybe Shane Pinto as well. I mean, this guy is a lifetimer coming back from pulling a Michael Jordan. Hopefully he doesn't ruin his finals record unlike Michael Jordan. But, I mean, this team is absolutely nasty. We have a new bottom six, kind of. Not really. We have a couple of the same players. We have Thomas Harley quietly has turned into one of the top defensemen in the NHL. We signed Alex Pietrangelo for that Stanley Cup pedigree. We traded for Jeff Petrie, another veteran who knows how to get wins. And then, I mean, this dude has turned into, in my opinion, the best goalie in the NHL. In this franchise mode so far, we have made 2 Stanley Cup finals in the Connor McDavid era in 2 years, and there has been 2 men standing in front of that trophy, and that is Nathan MacKinnon and Cale Makar. Boys, welcome to the Stanley Cup Finals here in 2027. The barn is rocking. I'm telling you right now, there's no way it is not sold out here in Quebec City. Everyone wants to see that rematch with the Colorado Avalanche. I want to see it too. So let's get into it here. Stanley Cup Finals 2027, and Maxim Siplikov, $3 million, and he is scoring the first goal of the Stanley Cup Finals. The boys are out for revenge. I don't know if that's taken into in a video game, but the boys are out here for blood, and we get to the end of the first period up 1. Way longer video than I expect. This is going to get much less seasons done than I thought we would get done. Oh my god, we are in the Stanley Cup Finals. I did not expect it, but the boys have shown nothing but resilience, nothing but just insane. Connor McDavid, who else? The captain, the best player in NHL history, and we are up 2-0. I love how I'm trying to yap through these periods, and you guys just have to listen. Nathan MacKinnon on the power play. These Colorado Avalanche can strike at any moment, and Nathan MacKinnon and Connor McDavid both score in this game just like they did today for Team Canada. Shout out Team Canada getting to the finals. But are we going to lose to Team USA? Or is Canada finally going to get a cup? Martin Necas, there's no way we are headed into overtime here in game number 1. Didn't miss this. We are back here watching another game of gameplay here in the Stanley Cup Finals against the Colorado Avalanche. 2 episodes later? You know how crazy that is? But man, the amount of storylines in here. The Quebec City, Colorado thing, obviously. The fact that we played them in the finals last year, right? The fact that, like, we might be, like, imagine the Colorado Avalanche win 3 cups in 5 years. They're going to be maybe the biggest dynasty in, like, the modern NHL history. Like, I mean, those Penguins teams, right? The Kings, whatever, I don't know what I'm saying, but the amount of story, like, you could not write this. There is no way that you have Nathan MacKinnon, Connor McDavid, the exact same amount of points. You have these 2 teams matching up together. It is about to be maybe the greatest series of all time. Mark my words. Let's get into this game. Here's Pinto. Pinto for Sandy. Nichushkin trying to poke it. Here's Shane Pinto. The feed Pietrangelo from the blue line. Alex Pietrangelo, the Stanley Cup champion. He knows how to get it done in the big moments, and we are up 1-0. Oh my god, who would have thought that Alex Pietrangelo was going to sign with us in the off season when we tried to go after Cale Makar, and he was going to score against Cale Makar. Oh my god, what an ending to game 1. Maxim Siplikov in game 2. This guy is an absolute legend. He's going to go down in our franchise. TJ Ginla, just like his father, scoring on the biggest stage. But Jack Jury's going to tie it at 2. This is about to be an offensive series, you already know. And it is 2-2 after 1. 2 in game 2. Jordan 2-2. Let's see who's going to come out on top here in game 2. If we take a 2-0 lead, that would be absolutely massive. Radek Faksa shorthanded. This is what you need. Absolute legend coming through when you don't expect it. Radek Faksa? Who expected Radek Faksa to score in the Stanley Cup Finals? But this is why you need veterans on your team. Everybody plays a role on this team. Everybody plays a role. Everybody has found their role. This is why we have got to the finals twice. We haven't like gone out there and traded everything, traded our entire team. We built a core and we got Connor McDavid. That is the big difference. Oh my God, what a difference Connor McDavid makes. And Dawson Mercer is going to seal this one. And we are up 2-0, baby. Series is not over. I think we were up 2-0 last year. I can't really remember, even though it was only a couple days ago. But we are out here in the Mile High City, and we are going to see what we can do. Dawson Mercer, even with the altitude, he can't breathe and he's still scoring. Absolute legend Nathan MacKinnon scores on the power play. The refs are going to be favoring Colorado in this one. Nathan MacKinnon, he is not going out. He knows what it takes to win a cup twice, and he wants to get that three-peat. Casey Middlestad, Martin Necas. This one is over. Holy, this one is over. Oh my God. You know what? If anyone here bet this series to be a sweep, I would bet $1 million that it wouldn't have been. These teams are way too close matched up. This Colorado team's way too good. And I mean, this is about to be an absolutely incredible series, and it is turning out to live up to last year's hype. Martin Necas on the power play opens the scoring for Colorado here in Game 4. Ivan, we just allowed a player with 2 first names to score. The 2 of the same name. That is diabolical. I don't know what happened here, but these boys out in Colorado have just reclaimed the home ice. And it is now 0-0 once again. That sucks. Alright, 2-2 here. We are back in Quebec City. The good news is we have home ice advantage. And I mean, these fans, we love playing at home. We are back in Canada, baby. No 25% tax on food and everything. Maybe that's why we lost. There's not much Zaza here compared to Colorado. There's not much hookers here compared to Colorado. I don't even know if that's a stat, but I read it in an article that Colorado is the highest city of. We won't get into that. But game number 5 here, Jake Neighbors opens the scoring. And after 1, we are up 1-0. Man, what a series this is about to be. 2-2. The Colorado Avalanche just smoked us 7-1, boys. We are not taking that lightly. Oh my God. Alex Iafallo shorthanded. We have a shorthanded goal from Iafallo and a shorthanded goal from Radek Faxa. Oh my God. These boys, these fourth liners are coming up absolutely clutch. Period. Will we go up 3-2? This is a big game here. Tej Akinla, just like his dad, clutch in the big games, baby. Oh my God. Have you ever seen a rook just go out here and score? Nathan MacKinnon, he is putting together one of the greatest series of all time. Ivan scores late. Oh my God, what just happened? We just had a massive collapse, and we are going into overtime. You actually got to be joking me. There is no way the Colorado Avalanche just went out there and scored 3 goals. There is no way they just scored 3 goals in the last 9 minutes. I'm going to be so pissed if we lose the finals and lose this game. But to be honest, the entire team's been playing incredible. But there's one guy who has been great all 3 series before this who I need to step up. Connor McDavid, man, I am calling your number. I really need a big performance out of you here in overtime and in these next 2 games. Almost Martin Necas, there's no way. What a save by Gustafsson. Oh my God, if we lost off that, I would have been so pissed. Sam Girard, are you fucking joking me, EA Sports? You are sucking Nathan MacKinnon's foreskin. I don't know what it is, but we need to make some changes and we need to make them bad. I don't want to change this first line, man. They've been doing so well. I think we need to change up this middle 6 here somewhere. TJ Kinla, maybe he's playing too high up in the lineup. We're going to move up the GOAT, Arthur Kaliev. We're going to see if that helps on defense. Looks like Harley and Carlo, I'm completely fine with how they've been playing. I don't think you can change anything on the defense. I'm not going to switch out Philip Gustafsson. That is what we call stupid. I can't really change anyone on the power play, to be honest. Those are our best players. On the penalty kill, maybe I can put somebody else, but that gives us the +4. You know what? I'm going to rock with it. tinker with everything, but Kaliev was originally on the second line. Maybe these guys can find some spark. But boys, you know what's on the line here. We either lose 2 straight Stanley Cup Finals to the Colorado Avalanche and go down as maybe the biggest losing franchise in the NHL. Maybe that's our reputation. We just make the finals and lose, which isn't a bad reputation to have, but it's not the one you want. Or we could come back, win, and it could be the greatest story ever. We could be going down as the greatest team to ever play in the NHL. I'm joking, but you know what I mean. That's what we strive for. We don't play to lose. And Maxim Siplikov scores again, baby. That's like his 4th of the Stanley Cup Finals. This guy is an absolute legend, and his number will be retired if we win this Stanley Cup. I'm telling you right now. Connor McDavid, I knew it. Called him out. Connor McDavid, we need more from you. Nathan MacKinnon's been going off. I know Connor could have been getting assists, but you guys saw the stats. It's not like he was getting assists. They were at the same points. Connor McDavid had 2 points in the Stanley Cup Finals, and he might have had 2 points in this one game. Oh my god, what an absolute legend. Arthur Kaliev, I told you guys, make small fixes. Maxim Siplikov, there we go, baby, 4-0. I am not simming the period, bro. There is no way I'm simming the period. They could give us the EA Sports glitch where they just score 10 goals in a row. Yep, another power play. What do you know? What is going on, EA Sports? Are you trying to make Colorado win? Is Gary Bettman the owner of this game as well? But oh my god, I think we are headed to back-to-back Stanley Cup Final Game 7s. Here it is. We are in literally the exact same spot we were in last year. And we know how that turned out. Oh my god, Game 7. Is it going to be a repeat of last year, or are we going to get the most storybook revenge in NHL history? Come on, boys. The barn is buzzing here. Game number 7 in Quebec City. Quebec City versus Colorado and Nathan MacKinnon. There is no way this is how it's going to go. Please, please, no. Josh Manson, are we going to choke again in the Stanley Cup Finals? There is no way, bro. Alex Iafallo out of nowhere gives us hope, gives us life. Oh my god, there's no way Alex Iafallo scored a goal in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals. Hopefully that happens in real life. We're not saying anything, but second period, Jake Neighbors, there we go, baby. Devon Taves, are you joking me? Oh, giving up that Josh Manson goal hurts. Miles Wood, are you joking? There's no way we're about to lose like this. Come on, fellas, please. Just get one. Just get one before the end of the period. Just get one. Do not give up one, but just get one, please. Are you fucking joking, Charlie Coyle? I swear I'm gonna come and fucking dump paint all over your fucking house. I want to put this on rookie and win us the Stanley Cup. I'm not gonna pull what other NHL YouTubers do. Every single other NHL YouTuber you guys watch, but that's besides the point. You know what I'm saying? We play this fair, and if we lose 2 Stanley Cup Finals in a row, that's just how it's gonna go. Here last year, we are about to lose another Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals. Is that going to be the case? I guess we'll just have to find out. We are going full attack, full forward check. We are going with our aggressive face-off strategy and high-pressure defense. Rick Tocchet knows what's up. Just get one and then we'll see what happens. Nathan MacKinnon wins the draw for McCarr, for Natchez. Marty Natchez gonna walk right in. Natchez for MacKinnon shooting. Yep, let's just get right on to next year. Yo, Connor McDavid won the Hart Trophy. That is absolutely sick. Are we going to get our first player awards of the series? Oh my god, we actually have to check these awards. I know we lost, man. That is so rough. Look at this. Look at this. The Prince of Wales Trophy twice in a row, but no Stanley Cup to show for it. And the Colorado Avalanche are this decade's Chicago Blackhawks. Connor McDavid wins our first ever trophy, the Art Ross. We have a Hart Trophy to our team name. We don't have a Norris. We don't have a Lady Byng, obviously. We don't have a Calder. We don't have a Conn Smythe, because of course we fucking don't. Thatcher Demko wins the Vezina. Who else? Jim Hiller wins Coach of the Year, okay. Draisaitl wins the Selkie, Connor McDavid, Ted Lindsay. So we get 3 awards to our name. Damn, we have our first player retire in franchise history. Jeff Petrie, who led us to this, I mean, not led us, but like, he brought us to the Stanley Cup final with that trade. I think we wouldn't have made it if we didn't make a trade like that, so we will definitely take it. It is crazy how we just lost 2 Game 7 Stanley Cup finals in a row. I can't even comprehend that. To the same team who stole our franchise. Yo, I didn't know this. Jeff Petrie, we can re-sign? Yo, where is this guy? Jeff Petrie, pro scout. He's a B scout, NHL Metro A+. Of course we're going to sign this guy. Who is our NHL Metro scout? He is getting fired, buddy. You are okay, maybe you're not getting fired. Where can you scout? You can scout in the NHL Central. Kiprazov, buddy. I love you, bro, but yeah. Welcome to the 2027 NHL entry draft. We are not shopping around Burchild. I don't know what this guy's talking about, but the 5th overall pick is on the block, the 8th overall pick. So if we ever want some draft picks, now might be the year, because this draft class is absolutely stacked. Why would the Dallas Stars do this trade? So basically, the original trade I saw in the trade finder for that 8th overall pick is Maxim Siplikov, and I think that's kind of a dumb trade for the Stars. Why would you want an 83 overall for the 8th overall pick unless he just spikes up in overall? His trade value is ridiculous, but he hasn't grown in overall, so I think that would just be fleecing them. So they're getting Lawson Krause, who's another 83 overall, the exact same overall I have retained. They're getting Shakir, a young defenseman, at $1 million. They're getting Cole Smith at half retained, which is basically the minimum. So they're getting 3 players for their push at basically the same price as Siplikov. They're getting a first-round pick still, so they can still draft whatever prospect they want in a very, very deep, very good draft class. And they're getting a second-round pick for next year as a trade asset. I think that is a very fair trade because the original trade was Siplikov for the 8th pick. Yeah, that's basically the only reason I did that trade. So if you guys think I finessed, I would have finessed way more if I traded Siplikov. But let's go through this draft here. Landon DuPont, franchise player, going to the San Jose Sharks. Oh man, him and Celebrini is going to be absolutely nasty. Rocco Pelosi goes number 2 to the Nashville Predators. Alexis Joseph, 6'6", 220. Who is this dude? He goes number 3 to the Philadelphia Flyers. Steven McDonald, he goes number 4. Aldrich Lang, he goes to the Devils. Samu Norinen, a grinder, goes to the Utah Hockey Club. And then James Scantlebury goes to the Anaheim Ducks. Number 8. Or is it 7 or 8? We're here at pick number 8. We have 5 minutes to make our pick. And this is a classic case of, do you go talent when you have a ton of talent, or do you go fit when you have a spot that you want a player to play in? I think it's between 3 guys for me. Now, these guys are all nasty, but they look like very offensive players. These 3 guys right here. So it's between Shinsnik, which would be very funny for the last name, Max Penkin, who's a German center who can play the wing as well. He was a plus 17, so that dude's absolutely nasty. And then the only player we have a scouting report here on, Jonah Neurenschnott, whatever. He played in the World Juniors in real life, and he's an absolutely nasty player. One of those cases where you trade up or whatever, you get the draft pick, but you're a good team, and you want to put the pieces in place rather than go best player available. Usually, everyone says go best player available, but when you have all your best players available on your team, I think it's time you pick a player who's going to be a part of the puzzle, who maybe doesn't have the highest ceiling, but he has the goddamn for sure highest floor out of any draft pick you've ever made. I'd like to congratulate the Colorado Avalanche again for beating us in Stanley Cup Finals. Nobody expected us to be up here on the podium this early. But with this opportunity we are going to be taking with the 8th overall pick in the 2027 draft from the NLA EHC BLBA, Jonah Neuenschneider. To unmute my mic, which is complete accident. We basically traded our 2/3 for a second round pick, and that is how we're going to run the draft. But here's Jonah Newman, Schwander. Maybe we went off the board a bit. Maybe this is going to be the wrong pick, but we don't know anything else about anyone else. And this guy, we knew he was a good skater. We knew he had good puck skills. I'm really liking the all-around game I'm seeing from this guy. He might not have the highest floor once again, but he can make an impact right away, or I mean the highest ceiling, sorry. But he can make an impact right away, and he can play up and down the lineup, which we like. Check out if there was any other steals in the draft. Shinsnig, here's the guy who we were going to take. He is a sniper. Okay, so that's pretty good that we didn't take him. And Max Penkin is also a sniper, so we did get a two-way forward. We were looking for some depth. A defenseman would have been nice, but the trade-up option didn't really come out, and here is the rest of the first round. So very good draft class there, as you can see. But oh my god, we have this dude from it's Italy. Yeah, that's Italy, right? Bulgaria, Hungary. That's Italy. Am I tripping? I might be going absolutely insane. But with the 53rd pick, we already know who we're taking. Another Swiss player from HC Davos, Brennan Monick, who is a GM. And to round it out here, I mean, not to round it out, but there is a triple star goalie right there. There's a dude from France, which would be absolutely sick. But there's a guy down here who we want to go with, my boy DeAndre Southerbury. We're going to get some diversity into the team. He very much could be white, but you know what? As a person who's not white myself, I think some diversity would really help in this team, and that is 2 gem defensemen that we picked up in this draft. Out of nowhere, we just sniped an elite low in the 6th round. Out of nowhere, bro. Just like, I'm just drafting here, trying to get this draft over, and we just snipe it. We could take Steen, or if there's anyone who's, you know, like 6'9" or something, 6'7", get the hell out of here. There's a kid in my school who's that height, or when I went to school. So, you know what? Yeah, Magnus Steen, welcome to the squad, and that is the draft. Players that we are saying not goodbye, because we might sign them again in free agency, you never really know. But Radek Faksa scored that massive goal in the Stanley Cup Finals. Shout out Radek Faksa. Go get your bag, buddy. And then also Alex Pietrangelo scored in game 1 of overtime. Absolute stud. Go get your bread, bro. Because, yeah, we're also going to sign my boy Alan Aubrey. He's going to play in the NHL this year. So we can give out extensions. And Rasmus Sandin has had 2 different D partners in the last 2 years. He's been an absolute stud. He's a power play guy. He's our second power play unit player. So I think we're going to offer him this deal, $5 million. It's like a $500K increase from what he's making. And Rasmus Sandin is coming back to the team. That is absolutely sick. And then the only other player we have is Arthur Kaliev. I don't know if I want to extend him yet. I feel like we got to see what we're going to do with that bottom 6 and all that stuff. Sign Jonah to his contract. Here it said he's NHL ready, so we're gonna hope that he is NHL ready, and they did put him on the NHL roster, so there's a very high chance he is. 2 defensemen and probably a forward basically is what we need, and Austin Matthews is available. 19.9 million is absolutely outrageous. Alright, so I've been thinking, like, what player do we need here out of these guys? There's a lot of RFAs. I don't think we're in the position to be signing an RFA, but there is one guy here. I don't know if you see him. It would be sick to team up Crosby and McDavid, but I think there's one guy that I really want. Brady Tkachuk. I saw what this guy can do as the captain of a team, as a leader for Team USA. He scores goals, he puts up assists, he's a big power forward. Dawson Mercer and McDavid. I mean, he has 89 speed, so he can catch up to those guys. His defense isn't great, so we might, like, maybe having a couple, defensive-minded forwards in Sivakov and Carlson, maybe that was the big difference. But maybe Brady Tkachuk can be that first-line player that we've never had, and I think it just works out perfectly. 12 mil is a ton, though. Signing Ty Nelson, it just makes a lot of sense. He's 23 years old. There's not going to be a lot of 23-year-old UFAs we see over the course of our series. So I think signing Ty Nelson as a UFA, he's asking for 1.2 mil. You know, even if he doesn't turn out, I think this is a no-brainer signing. This dude's an absolute legendary puck-moving defenseman. So hopefully, legendary is kind of glazed, but you know what? We don't really care. And then for our next defenseman, we kind of need a top 4 defenseman. And I mean, Roman Josi is just sitting here, but I want to make sure we have enough cap space. Let's see if we can sign Roman Josi here. The only problem is he's a left shot defenseman, but Roman Josi has full interest in coming to our team. We need more guys who want to come here, who want to play here. And I mean, Roman Josi is a legit number 1 defenseman. I don't know if he still is, but he can mentor Thomas Harley, he can mentor Aubrey, he can mentor Rasmus Sandin. And I mean, he could be a great player on that second pair. He still has elite medium. I think this is going to be a perfect deal. And Roman Josi signs with our team. We could sign Brady Tkachuk at 12 mil, but I think we just do the thing that we did with McDavid, the smart move. Just wait and check up, and teams want this guy. So that is a no-go. Okay, so this is interesting. Up here, I think, oh, it's so risky. I'm just going to offer him the 12.25 mil. I'm not going to change anything of it with the money. He 100% wants to come here. I just want some flexibility on those final years. If we don't like it, after 4 years, we can move his contract. It's not an outrageous amount of money. I've definitely seen way more, and we saved a lot of money on Connor McDavid. We're going to be spending $26 million on 2 players, but I think it's worth it if I'm being honest. Hopefully this signing doesn't screw us over in the future, but I think Brady Tkachuk can be the player that gets us over the line. So we're going to offer this contract, and Brady Tkachuk, we just signed Brady Tkachuk to team him up with Connor McDavid. What is going on? We'll have a first line, including Brady Tkachuk, Connor McDavid, and Dawson Mercer. This is why you sign your guys at 5.5 mil. 5.5 mil at the time seemed like a steep ass price for Dawson Mercer. Now it is an absolute steal. Jake Neighbors at 6.5 mil. Absolute steal. Charles Owens at 8 mil is going to be a major steal when the cap keeps going up. You know, it says it's going to be 104.75. That's such cap. It's going higher than that shit. Caleb Desnoyers, we have him for 3 years on the entry level. TG Ginla, have him for 2 more years. Shane Pinto locked up. This is exactly why you lock up your guys and you pay your studs. I don't know what is going on. I feel like the game is glitched, but this is like a prospect who hasn't turned out for some reason. This is like the Kotkaniemi offer sheet. This is literally like that. So, I mean, it doesn't hurt to make an offer sheet. I know this is a tactics ass move, but you know what? We're gonna try everything we can to win that cup. I am pissed right now. The league put me on notice, and we are going to give up a 3rd round pick for this guy's 2.5 mil at 4 years. That would be absolutely insane if we get him. So you know what, we're just going to sim to next year. I don't think there's anything else we really have to do. All these scouts and all these coaches are signing fellas. So that with the vibes have never been higher here in Quebec City. That is saying something, because we just made the Stanley Cup Finals 2 years in a row. Is Brady Tkachuk going to sink our thing? Ty Nelson signed with our team, which is absolutely nice. And let's see. And that sucks. Video, we're just going to check out the lines real quick. Brady Tkachuk, McDavid, and Mercer is going to be a nasty first line. Ginla, Owens, and Neighbors on that second line. Desnoyers makes the jump to the NHL with Pinto and Siplikov there on the 3rd line. Arthur Kaliev, Iafallo, and Petrov is going to be on the 4th line. This team is so nasty. Oh my god. Maybe we should have Kaliev there for the sniper. But you know what, I mean, Maxim Siplikov is an absolute dog, so he's going to play on that 3rd line, and we can always switch it up. This defense is looking absolutely nasty. We have plus chemistry everywhere. The power play is finally a +5. The second power play is looking real nice as well. It's not a minus anymore. And our PK is absolutely nasty. And we still have Gustafson in net. So if you guys are excited for Season 4 with Brady Tkachuk, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.